Great. Well, welcome everyone. It's Alison here again from Southern Cross Postgraduate Association. I'm very pleased to be hosting this afternoon's workshop again with Dr. Katie Hotko, and she's going to take us through using Canva to create posters and infographics. So we are recording, and I'll post the link to our YouTube channel. I'll post a few links in the chat for you. I encourage you to become a member of the Postgraduate Association and keep all these great workshops free for students. And just a last little bit from me, Katie will be joining us again next Tuesday to do a kind of the final of this series of 3 workshops. And so next Tuesday, Katie's going to be doing using the morph feature in PowerPoint. So I'll be coming to that one for sure. So thanks so much. Yeah, it's all yours, Katie. Thank you.
Thanks, Alison. So tonight, welcome everyone. It's great to have you here. To get started, I really just wanted to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land. I'm zooming in from the land of the Gumbaberry people of the Yugambeh language group, and I just want to pay my respects and acknowledge that it always was and always will be Aboriginal land. So tonight we are discussing Canva, and the title of my talk is, I'll just share my screen as I'm talking here. The title of my presentation was something about creating infographics and posters with Canva. However, it is not just going to be that. There's so much that can be done with Canva. So what I have is a really lovely hands-on well, let me put this into actual presentation mode for you for a moment. But to be honest, we're going to have a dive into the background of Canva and how that works. I'm presenting from Canva right now. So we're going to have a deep dive, and we're going to work very practically through a template that I'm going to provide you with, where you're going to have a go at doing all of the little things like inserting images and videos and changing shapes and moving the layers around and all sorts of fun things tonight. So hopefully everyone comes away with it feeling like they know what they're doing, and then they can then go off and be brave and practice and learn. The thing with Canva is it's a let's click here. It is a beautiful website that does a lot of the graphic design for you. So it's been around for quite a while. It's actually developed by Australian designers, which I think is kind of cool. It's like a huge platform now. There's thousands of users. The one thing I really like about them as an educator myself, I'm in the Faculty of Education here at Southern Cross University as well. And the one thing I really like about Canva is they're really passionate about education, and they do offer an educator's version of Canva for free to all Australian school teachers. So once you become, unfortunately, you can't get them when you're a pre-service teacher, but once you become a teacher and you have that .edu email, you can actually register and get the educator's version, which is even more powerful than the pro version. So that's just a little tidbit for anyone who might be training to become a teacher. Eventually, you'll get a free, really amazing version of it. But what is awesome about it is that it's really intuitive. Once I show you all of these bits, you'll be able to figure it out. And it's just really easy to create beautiful designs. A lot of the templates you kind of just need to type what you want, and up comes hundreds of examples, and you just sort of go with what you want. It's already pre-designed, and so everything, the color scheme, the formatting, the font, everything's there, and you just play with it and tweak it to make it your own, which is really, really great. So it's as simple as clicking create a design and then choosing a template. I'm not a big lover of templates myself, but that's because I really like to design things myself. But I can see how the templates are really useful. And sometimes I jump in there and I use them. For example, what I'm showing you right here was created, and I will show you how to do that in a moment, by me typing into Canva I need to create a slideshow about Canva for infographics and posters. And this, what I'm showing you right now, was created in 3 seconds. And I have not changed. I've changed very few things. I'll tell you what I have changed, which is they actually had, oh, I can't see it right now. Customization was spelt with a Z, which is a pet peeve of mine. It had American spelling. And so I went through and I changed it to Australian English. But other than that, I kept it exactly as was. It had pre-populated it all, and away we went. I don't love this animation that's happening as I'm clicking between slides. So perhaps I would go in and tweak that. If I'm presenting, it's not my favorite thing, but I wanted to leave it there to show you exactly what Canva created for me really quickly with very minimal effort of mine. Canva thinks that it's important that you know that Canva can help you with consistent color schemes, which is really important that we sort of narrow our color palette and make sure that our posters or our infographics or our presentations are really cohesive and gentle on the eye to view as well. So it can help you with lots of pre-done design choices. There's a bunch of things we can do it for. I know that all of you are here for your own reasons. You might be doing some coursework things that require you to create an infographic. You might be a researcher who needs to communicate their research in visual and appealing ways. Or you might need to, I don't know, use it for your children's birthday invitations, and it's just a skill that you want to grab. There's so many things that you can create using Canva. So that's the end of my slideshow. I want to get us straight into making together. So what it is that we are going to do is I'm going to give you a link in the chat, and you're going to click on that link, and it should take you to a page that looks like this. Sometimes we get into a little bit of tricky trouble with people signing up, but hopefully things will be smooth. You will come to a page that looks like this, and you're going to click on View Template. Once you click onto that, you will go to a page that looks like this. If you've already signed up to Canva before in the past, it might actually look a little bit different to that. It might have your email pre-populated or something like that. But if this is your first time and you haven't signed up to Canva before, or haven't signed up on this computer before and it's not pre-saved or populated, what you can do is just, I usually continue with email and I sign up that way. And pop in my details. And so if you haven't done it before, it might prompt you to create a password or something like that. Helen did it today. You found it fairly quick and easy to sign in. Hopefully it will all work for us. And then, well, that's the end of that presentation. But what we will be doing is working together through this template that I'm about to provide for you. So this is the back end of what Canva looks like. Oh, I'm not keeping an eye on the chat. We're all good. This is what it looks like when you're working. You can actually make it bigger or smaller with the zoom in little button here. This one is a presentation, but you might have things that are posters or single like social media images. I am going to give you your template in just a moment, but bear with me while I give you a little tour of the back end of my Canva. I apologize that it's super messy. I'm not the most organized of people. There's stuff everywhere. My daughter uses my Canva account for her university assignment, so there's a whole bunch of primary teaching things in here that she's been working on. But I'm going to show you just a little tour to see what there is, and then I'm going to give you that template and we're going to have a play together through a series of, I think I've got 10 different challenges for you to play with on the template. So I'm going to, if I click over to this, can you still see it? Here, yep, that's excellent. So Han has asked in the chat, is it Han or Han? I don't know if I'm doing that correctly there. Do we have a university account for free? Now, Canva is not supported by the university. It's a public website that anyone can go and use. Canva's free website has heaps of functions. It's amazing. I do pay for the pro account. You can actually, well, you can't see it. If I was on the free account, I think there'd be a button up the top that says try Canva Pro for 30 days or something like that. So I do pay for it because I love it, but you don't have to. There's lots of things that you can do for free. Almost all things you can do to some capacity, but the pro version just has extra images, it has extra videos and things, and you'll notice what they are. The things that are part of the pro account have this little crown feature, and I'll point those out as we go along, but you can just sign in for free. Okie dokie. So this is my homepage as such, and what I was talking to you about before, which is something that's fairly new. This area is changing all the time with generative AI, as we know. Canva AI is embedded into this platform, so you can just simply click on here. And this is where I said just before that I typed in what I needed, which is I need a presentation about teaching how to use Canva, and it created it for me. There's lots of examples that it can give you about what you can do. The other thing that you can search for are various templates. So I've just clicked on here and you can see all of the different templates down here. Or you can search through your own designs, which is here for me. So if you can see all of, I'll just give you a little zoom through. We won't stay for long, but here are the many hundreds of designs that I have that I've used for various things and videos that I've created and whatnot. So that's a little zoom through what the back of Canva looks like. But what I want to do is give you all a practical hands-on example of how to use Canva. So this is the little template that I'm going to give you. And when I give you that link, you should, when you sign into Canva, see exactly what I'm seeing now and be able to edit it and have fun with it. And it won't affect my version here. So you'll all get your own individual version. And just because I'm teaching here, I may as well show you how I did it. I created this slideshow. And then if I wanted to give you a template, I go up here to share and I created a template link. You can see that it's live because I've already created it. This is one of the bonus things that you get when you have the paid version. And I've created that link. So I'm going to pop that link into the chat now for you. And I will give you all a few minutes to click on that and hopefully get through until it looks something like what you're seeing here. In the meantime, while everyone's doing that, anyone who has any questions about the process or would like to ask any questions, now's your time to do that. Otherwise, click away and sign in.
Sorry, Katie, because I'm already signed in to Canva, I've got this window that comes out. Your template is ready. Open Katie's template in the editor to start designing. Open in editor. And then it's got, like, because I'm signed in, it's the sign out. So I'll just open an editor.
You should be able to just open in editor.
Canva
so
remixing.
What I'll do is I wonder if hopefully I can show you what it looks like when you put it in, when you're already signed in, which I am now. So I'm already signed up. So I just need to say edit template or something like that. I don't know if this is showing something different because I'm the owner of the template. But you should be able to just click on edit and you get in. Excellent. We've got 2 people who are in. That's awesome. Once you're in,
Oh,
please let
yes.
me.
It came through.
What I might do is open in an incognito window. Oh, something's happened wrong. I don't think I can do that. Well, maybe I can. I'll just try. I'm going to stop my share and then share a new screen if that's, hopefully I'll be able to show you a bit more accurately. Just, we've got a few. Helen's in. That's awesome. Allison's in. If anyone's having trouble, please let me know. Hopefully you can see my incognito window, which is just because I'm logged in permanently in things. I'm viewing the template. You'll watch me go in here. Let's see. I'll sign in with an email that I have a free account for so that we're all working on the same situation. Okay, open in editor is what I want to do. Beautiful, thank you. And click on the open in editor and we should all be in there, hopefully. All right, I'm going to assume that everyone's in there and no one's having any trouble getting in. Hopefully that is the case. So what we're going to do today is we're going to work through this template. So it is a presentation. So when it's a presentation, it looks like that with all of the different pages in our presentation together. So we're going to go to the first page of our presentation here. Well, the second page, I guess. We'll click on number 2 here. And what this is encouraging us to do is it is asking us to have a look at the templates. So I've mentioned this a few times now that there are lots of templates. So the first step that we do, if you wanted to watch me do it first, I don't know how many people have lots of screens in front of them and they can play at the same time as watching me, or if you need to pop me away because you've only got one screen. I'm going to model it here, but if you're a person who loves to get your hands dirty really quick, you go for it and start playing on your own one while I'm talking. So here we go. The first thing we do, which is the step number 1, is go to the design tab. The design tab's on the left, which is the first one up the top. So we can click on that and it will permanently be open there. And what we want to do is just have a look around. Sometimes there might be something specific that you want to do. Does someone want to give me an example of something that they need to create at all? An idea? Otherwise, I'll make something up myself.
Well, you can make something up, but my grandson had his first birthday. So I don't know if you want to party.
We go birthday themed?
Yeah, kids party invite. Unless you want to do.
I'm just going to type in birthday. So what's really cool about it is that you can just put in a few keywords up the top here. So let me just see. I'm just going to type in birthday as my only thing. If you're studying marine science, you might be creating a poster about like I had someone who came to a workshop once who was studying sea anemones, and so we popped that in and then we were able to create things with that theme. Presentation for early childhood teacher. All right, I'm going to skip yours, Alison. Sorry.
No problem at all.
I'm going to type in early childhood education. Let's just do that to start with, and we'll just see what it gives me. So it gives me all sorts of ideas, and they may or may not be what you like. you might want something that's sort of fairly clean, and when you hover your mouse over it, it actually gives you the whole set that you can see. So a lot of these things are actually aimed at early childhood as such, rather than about early childhood. But I'm scrolling on down. Now, the one thing that you will notice that I need to point out is if you have the free account, these little crowns show that you actually can't use all of the bits and bobs within there, and it won't work as well for you. So what you need to do is look for the ones in the free account that don't have that. So I'm just going to click on this one because it doesn't have a crown. It means it's free. I'm going to drag and drop the template onto the page. And this comes up. It comes up with a little thing that asks you, do you want to replace the current page or add as a new page? I'm going to add it as a new page just so that I keep this in here. So you can see that it's added a new page here, and it's the first one so it's got the template there, and then I can fiddle with it. Obviously, my presentation might not be about emotional management in childhood. It could be about something else. It could be etc. And you have a little play with it. So you click on the items and customize it to how you want it to be. So, and then you can see on the left here that this is the entire template that's there. So you could actually change your mind and think, oh, I don't like this one as much. I actually think my information suits this one. And so same thing again. I'm going to replace the current page so I don't end up with a million of them. And yeah, so you can drag and drop your templates across there and it creates what you like. Has everyone had a chance to do that, or would you like a few more minutes to have a play with that section? Helen, we can't hear you talking.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, no, I haven't done anything. I was listening to you.
No,
Just
that's
2
beautiful.
minutes.
I'm going to stop now, and I'm going to give everyone maybe, what I'll do, just I'll go back to the instruction page.
Does it
and
have
I
to be
will
on
go.
early childhood?
No, you do you. You're having a play with whatever you
Oh,
want.
okay.
I'm putting this into
Okay.
presentation mode, and I'm just showing off another feature of Canva that I'm going to give everyone 2 minutes to have a play. So when I press the number 2 on my keyboard, it pops up a little timer in the top corner for me. And I might even put some focus music on, and I'm going to press play. You've got 2 minutes to work. Sorry to disturb you. I'm in the chat if anyone needs to ask me questions in the chat. How did everyone go? Had a little bit of a play? Excellent. So what we're going to do is move on to, I know there's a lot of things that you could be looking for. You might not feel like you're ready to move on, but let's just park that one for now, and we're going to move on to our next skill. Perhaps you can come back to searching for templates later. So the next one that I would like to focus on is if you're working and you have something that you've already written, so you've already got a presentation, like a page that looks like something, and you just want to change the style of it. This is where there's a way that you can change your style. So I'm going to go through and do it really quickly, and then I'll give you a chance to have a go. It'll make sense once I do it. So what you need to do is go to the Design tab. So I'm opening that up again so that I've clicked on it so that it's permanently there. And I'm actually going to go back because I'll choose something else here. You can see here actually that there's lots of ideas as well, simple approaches. So you can actually, even if you didn't want to type it in, I wonder what that is. A university presentation. Oh, boring, but all right, that could be good. Let's slide down, and I'm trying to find one that's very different from this. I think what I'll do is this one here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like a red kind of themed one here. Hover over the template is what the instructions say, and there's 3 little dots in the corner. Now, this is where I might find that I run into trouble because I am not in the pro version and I'm very used to having all of the functionality. But I'm going to give it a go and see what happens. I'm clicking onto here, and I can't do it because I can't apply the style to the page because I don't have the pro version. So I'm not an advertisement for Canva. No one pays me to advertise Canva. But if you find yourself in a unit of study at university and you have something that you really need to do and you want to use all the functionalities of Canva, my suggestion to you is you can sign up for that 30-day trial. So only sign up when you make sure you give yourself enough time to get completely finished. And I always, when I do trials, I put it in my calendar to cancel it, 2 or 3 days before you have to pay for it. And so you can use these trials to your advantage as long as you're really careful and cancel them before you have to pay. So there's that option too. But I will find a different one that is free, which is this one here. Clicking on the 3 dots, it comes up with the option to apply style to page. And when I click this, I'll show you what happens. Okay, so it changed everything about that page to sort of align with this style. So I didn't have to go and change lots of things and rewrite things. I actually just changed the style of that whole page really quickly. So that's actually a really quick, fun thing you can do when you've already got something designed and you want to make it cohesive. You can do that. So I'm going to give everyone, was 2 minutes enough time for everyone to work before, or did it feel too long? 2 minutes. I'm going to give everyone 2 minutes to have a go, put this into action. So I will open up, set that timer. Let's try a diff. Can you see what I'm presenting? And yes. And away we go.
what that allows me to do is like apply that style, that template to the one that you gave us.
Yes.
Yes. I'm with you.
Yeah, definitely. So I'll just give you another 20 seconds or so to have a go. Hopefully, let me know in the chat if you've been successful or unsuccessful.
Sorry, Katie, I've been unsuccessful. I can't find those three dots. I went to the side pane and
Let me go. And all right. So can you see my screen, Helen?
yes.
Yeah. So
So
what
do
we
I?
want to do, go over to the design tab first is what you want to click on and make sure that's open.
Okay.
So there it is. And what you want to do is hover over the one that you want. So if I go down here, let's go, well, that's a crown one. Hold on. And hover over the one that you want. There should be 3 dots appear in the top right corner of
Okay.
the thing. And when you click on that, a little box should pop up. And then you should have the button. There's actually a few different options that you have. You can apply the text style only, which will change all the fonts. You can apply the colors only if that's what you want, or you can do everything by just clicking apply style to page, and it completely changes the look of it.
Okay, I'll have a go.
Awesome. Alison, you did it. That's fantastic. How did everyone else go? Irina, did you get something? Yep.
Yes, I've got everything. Yes, everything was good.
Excellent. What about who else is here? We've got Mandeep. How are you going? Have you managed to locate something? Busy working.
Yes, Katie. Yeah, it's working. Yeah.
Beautiful. All right. Well, let's move to the next one. So I want to make sure we move through all of this so that I can show you some other things once we get through it. So we're up to number 5 now, if you felt like following along. Oh, it might not be number 5 for you because I added a page. Anyway, it's the one that's called add text. So we've had a look at templates and how you can adjust the templates. I wanted to just show you, and you've got to have a little spot here for you to practice in, just how that you can add text. And this can be done on your poster, on your infographic, or on any sort of presentation that you need to make. The platform is the same no matter what you're designing. So the steps are very easy. I'm going to step you through them here. So we've been working with this design box on the left here. Where we're going to go is to the text tab. For me, it's the 3rd one down. I think it is for everyone. I like to click on it so that it stays open. There are a bunch of different ways that you can add text. My most common way that I do it is I click add text box, and then I type away, and then you can adjust and do all sorts of things with the font manually. I will show you about that in a minute. I've just clicked on it and I'm going to delete it. You can add a heading, a subheading, or a little bit of text, and that just sort of pre-orders the size of it. Or if you scroll down here, there's actually a whole bunch of example font combinations that maybe you look at it and you think, I really like this. I want to use this one. And again, I'm used to being in the pro version. I'm glad that I'm on this side to show you. So this is where you can see the extra things that the pro offers you, but there are still ones that are free. So let's say I really like this one here. I click on it. It comes onto my page. I can resize it by clicking on the circle in the corners. And I can also double click on the words and crazy. Oops. And sometimes it's a bit tricky with these ones where they're kind of overlaid over the top of each other. What I'm going to do now is I'll click off it and sort of try and get to that bottom one. Song, I don't know. I'm going to show you really briefly the few ways that we can tweak and edit this, and that's the same for all of the text. So you'll find when you've clicked onto a text box, this little pop-up section should come up. I hope that it's not too small for you, but it comes up with all sorts of options, and I'm just going to talk you through them really briefly, and then I'm going to let you have a play. The first one, when we click on it, it opens it on the left-hand side. That's our fonts. So heaps of different types of fonts. You can type in the type of font that you like. You can select, like I could change the font like that. You notice it changed it there. This is obviously the size of the font. You can change it. It's like any other processing program. You can change the color of your font. And what I really love about Canva, this is where the me designing things comes into play, is that Canva actually has sort of plain colors. It's fine. But you also have the ability to, when you've uploaded photos into your work, it actually comes up with a little color palette for each photo. So you can really create a beautiful color story in what you're working, and it's all been done for you. So, you know, I can change it to match. Yeah. Why is that not working? Oh, am I coming across another thing that is, what am I highlighting? Hold on. You've got to highlight it. There we go. So simple things like that. Anyway, that's the size. This type of font can't bold. Some of them can. You can change it to uppercase. Like, let me highlight this again. You can change it to uppercase and lowercase really quickly. Obviously, same as always, bullet points, etc. You can change the alignment like normal. The other thing you can do, which is go real crazy and help customize a font to exactly what you want, which is you can change the line spacing and the letter spacing as well, and work with the opacity of your thing as well. And those functions are very similar for all sorts of things, not just for the text. I'm not going to go into animating because I want you to have some fun having a play. So back to where we were before, we go, let me just close it down. We go to the text tab, open it up. You can choose a design yourself. You can add a heading and then have a play with some of these functionalities in your little practice area. So I'll give everyone 2 minutes to just have a play with what they want to do. The only thing I haven't, I'll show it to you now. Oh, no, I won't. Never mind. Off you go. You've got 2 more minutes. did we all go?
Still going.
Still going. It's a crash course. I'm really pushing you through your paces here.
Yeah,
Would you
that's
like a
okay.
little bit longer?
No. Just do what you are doing, because anyway we can rewatch it on recording.
That's true. Okay, it will start to get a little more complicated. I'm trying to build up your skills here. So that was just adding text. Let's move to our next one, which is the one I love, which is images. So I want to show you here the ways in which we can add images. And there's a couple of different ways that we can do it. So I've given you a challenge on this page. It's the one with the birthday cake. We are going to put some candles on the cake. So Alison, you were right on the money with the birthday theme before. So what you're going to do is go to the Elements tab. It's my favorite tab. So over here on the left, it's the Elements. You click on that and opened it up. And then in the search bar, you're going to search for birthday candles. Okay, and so what I want to show you here before I send you off on your adventure is that there is actually a way that we can have a look at a few different types of things. So when I searched birthday candles, there is an option for graphic ones, which is like drawings of birthday candles. So I can click on that and see all of the graphic versions. Okay, then if I want an actual photo, I can click on the photos and see there's a bunch of photographs. If I wanted videos, which I don't, but here they are, and so on and so forth. So I am going to go with the graphic ones for now, just to show you. For example, there's one that's free. You can click on it, drag it, and put it where you want, like that. Obviously, that's too big, and that's where I'm going to resize it, and then drag it up to where I want. Okay. The other option is you can just literally click on it and it will appear in the center of the page. And then you can drag that there. The other thing I want to show you in this moment, because I'm going to send you off to create your birthday cake with lots of candles, is those images there. You'll notice when I put them out, they had no background. So they were sort of just the candle itself with no square around them. So if I was to say have a photograph, and I wonder if this will work, because they're all, okay, they're all the paid version. Let me try and find one. I want to show you the functionality. Maybe this will work. Okay, I've opened this one here. And if you had the paid version, you'd be able to go in and do the background remover. I want to show you that because in some ways it might actually be really fun for you to use if you ever do get the trial. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to stop my share and open up this. Okay, so I'm back in the Pro version now, and I'm going to just really quickly show you what I mean. So I'm going into Elements again. I'm typing in birthday candles. Just having a good think. And then into Photos, and I want to grab this one here. Everyone can see this, can't they? They can see my, yep, with the white background, beautiful. Well, that's a bit dumb. I don't want that white background here. And what is really quick and fun about Canva, the Pro version, sorry, is that you can just very quickly click background remover and it takes it out. It's quite fun for things like if you've got photos and you want to if you just want you've got a photo of yourself, you want to remove all the background. It's really quick. It's really easy. Technology has come such a long way. I know even just 3 or 4 years ago, I used to have to try so hard to remove backgrounds. But there it is. And you can pop all your candles on there. So I hope that's clear what we need to do here. So populate as many, I don't know, I'd need quite a lot of candles on mine, but maybe you can just as many as you'd like on there, and I'll give you 2 minutes to have a play with that. I'm going to stop this share so I can go back to where I was.
Can I have a question?
Yes, go for it.
Yeah, hello Katie. Can we change the image behind there? Like, can we change the birthday cake instead of the photo in my computer?
Sorry, can you ask that again? So you want to change the image to?
I want to upload the image from my computer. Is that okay?
You definitely can. That's on our next page of our challenge. We're going to upload images from our own computer, but if you want to go ahead and do it, you can. So I'll show everyone how to do it in a moment, but if you figure it out before then props to you.
Yeah.
It's actually very easy. So. Okay, so did everyone get a chance to put some candles on their cake? Let me know how you went.
I put already video.
Sorry, Irina, what was that?
I put on already the video with candle.
Excellent.
Yep.
Beautiful. Too many candles, Helen. Fair enough. Okay, let's move straight on to the next one. Oh, that's not. Where do I have it? Anyway, in a few slides, we're going to be uploading our own photo. But what we're doing in this one is I wanted to give you an opportunity because we've just popped a few candles on our cake. I'm going to ask you to do it again, but you should be quite quick at it. What I'm wanting is to show you how to group images together so that you can resize them easily, and also how you can duplicate them really quickly. It's quite intuitive. I'm sure you've probably figured it out, but let me give you a quick demonstration. So we're going to add a candle. I'm just going to add this one here because it was easy. So here, and you'll notice that if you accidentally grab it by that little thing, it's annoying because it's quite small. So you need to make sure you grab it in the right spot. It's what an annoying. Hold on, let me just click on it there. Okay. So this button down here can help you move it when it's quite small. Most of the time you just click in the middle and you can move things around, but here we go here. So add one candle, tick. And then what we want to do is duplicate the candle. There's two ways you can do it. It's like most other platforms. You can Control V and then Control C first for copy and Control V for paste, which I'm going to do right now. It's highlighted and it has pasted a second candle. Boom. That's our second candle. That's a really fast way to do it. Another way that we can do it is we can right click on the object and we can duplicate. There. So what I want you to do is create at least 3 candles. And then what we're going to do is group them together, because I might want to resize them all to be smaller, and I don't want to have to do each one individually. So what we do is we can group them. And to do that, we want to click on all of the candles while we're holding down the shift button on our keyboard. So I'm holding down my shift button and I'm clicking on this, and you'll notice that they're both selected there. And then I've selected all 3. Now, normally in a program, you might do this and then you'd resize them while you're still holding shift and whatnot. But what we can do is create this here as a group so that it becomes one image. And what we do for that is when I've done it and I let go of my shift button, this little pop-up comes up and we can group the items together. And that means that they're one image. So when you're really happy with something and you've got lots of different bits and bobs and you just want to lock it all into, like, kind of squash it all down into one image, you can select them all and then group them. And then you can work on top of them. And what you can do is move them around, resize them all. It makes it really lovely to work with. But you're not stuck. You can always ungroup them later. So just when you click on it, you'll notice it'll say group or ungroup. And I've ungrouped it. And then they're all individual again. Or I can select them and group them together. So I just thought have a little play with that and see how you go, popping a few things on there, grouping them together. And that can really help when you're designing, particularly if you're designing a diagram or something like that, and you've got like little arrows and shapes, and you want to lock things into shape and be able to work that way. So off you go. I'm only going to give you 1 minute for this. It shouldn't take too long. So 3 candles, highlight them all by holding down that shift button and group them. All right. As always, I'm in the chat to answer any questions. Let me know in the chat when you're successful. How did everyone go? All good? Excellent. We've been going for almost an hour, but I think what we'll do is we will get through this task right now, and then we might just take a quick 5-minute break for everyone to get up and stretch or catch up on what they wanted to do. So I do want to push through for this one though, so that we've done all of our images. So the other thing with images is that you can use your own, and I always encourage people to use their own images if you're if it's photographs that you've taken yourself, or particularly if you're doing research, if you're a higher degree research person, often there's images that we take in field work and things like that. We use them ourselves. We can very easily add them here. So what you do is, let's go back beginning. What I've got here, just for fun to practice, because I wanted to show you some other functionalities, is something called a frame that you can insert. So I'll just tell you about that first. So for example, I've got my birthday cakes up here. It's a way that you can just pop your photos into a predetermined shape. So I've just popped one in there, and that's an example of when I've used something that is a pro image. So it actually has that watermark on it. So could do some designs and things and then pay for your pro, and then they'll all work, and then cancel your pro versions. But that's an option there. So that's somewhere for you to drag and drop your image into. Another example is, because that doesn't look very good, hold on, it's a flower design, so I might just search for a flower photo. Obviously it works best when it is a full picture, and I just drag it across and there it is. It keeps that shape. The frames can be found all the way along here, which, let me show you an example. Circle, let's find, so I'm going to delete this one. I've just clicked on it, delete and delete. And here is a circle frame. And what sort of picture? Children. Oh, there's no children frames. That makes sense. Here we go, photo. And I drag it across and pop it in. So that's what I've got on the page, just to show you another functionality that Canva has. But to upload your own images, which is what we're focusing on here, is go to the Uploads tab, which is here. Oh, look, here's our lovely Leslie. I don't know why that's just, that must have been something I've done when I've been logged into this account one time. Leslie works for the SCPA, who is hosting this workshop. All you do is click on Upload Files. So let me see what I've got. Hold on, I'm giving you a little sneak peek into my messy, messy life. Hold on, desktop. I'm trying to think of what would come up as a picture. I will go to my Pictures tab. That will find. So I'm going to, these are things that I've got from websites actually that are Creative Commons images. We talked about that last night for anyone who was at my presentation last night about how it's really important that we use ethical, we use our images and content that we get online ethically. So I talked last night about Creative Commons images and lots of different places that you can locate them. The one great thing about Canva is that all of the images within Canva that you use, Canva gives you permission to use them. So there's, without needing to give attribution, which is actually quite cool. You don't have to put that this was created in Canva. I always do, out of general politeness. I always sort of put a little thing that says created in Canva, but legally you don't have to. So these images are images that I've actually got from Creative Commons websites in the past. And then these ones here, which I always find a bit hilarious, are ones that have been created by Bitmoji. I'm going to select this one and open it. Now that is one way that you can upload your own images, and in your account you keep like they're always there. They stay in your uploads and you can use them again really easily. More recently, Canva has, in the last couple of years, changed, and you can just literally copy and paste an image that you have on your computer and you just Control-V and you copy and paste it in. So you don't have to do it this way, but this is the official way that you can add your own images into Canva. So again, here it is now. It's in my uploads and I can drag it across, pop it in there. And you can notice that that doesn't really work because it's in a circle frame. So I can choose maybe to get rid of that circle frame and then just pop it over here and resize it. I'll just let you know because I haven't done so before. Obviously, there's this little tab that you can rotate as well if you wanted to rotate your images. I'm going to give everyone 2 minutes to upload a picture. Maybe it could be a picture of yourself, or a picture that you've taken, and then have a play at popping that in. Okay, so I will, oh, it's an appropriate message. You can do it. This is our last bit before we have our slight break. So 2 more minutes of working together. All right, so that brings us to our break time. Before we go, does anyone have any burning questions or thoughts they'd like to share, or feedback, whether we're going too fast or too slow?
Sorry, how do you change the picture frame? Like you had the flower and I wanted to put the love heart on, but then it didn't change. It just pasted the love heart frame on.
Over the top, and that's
Yeah.
what it will do. So it's an object. So what you can do is you click on the I've deleted mine altogether. Hold on.
Okay. You click on the box
Flower.
there, delete it.
So delete it, so
Okay.
there's nothing there. And then when you go into elements, you find the frame that you want. So you wanted a heart. So I'm just
Yeah.
searching a heart here. I don't want a photo. I don't want a graphic. I'm swiping along until I find the frames. I choose the one I like. Oh, this one's cool with 2.
Yeah, it's lovely. The one in the middle.
Click on it.
Yeah.
Resize it, and so that one looks, it has like a little line through it, and then you can drag your picture across. I haven't seen that one before.
Yeah.
And you could put, I might put Leslie in it. Let's do that just because we can. I don't know what it will do. Well, yeah, it doesn't look that great. Leslie looks great, but you can double click on it as well. This is a good thing to learn, actually.
Okay.
And then
Double
you
click
can
on it, move it about.
Move it about, do what you need to do with it.
Oh, so it doesn't actually shrink the photo in that size. Okay. Yeah, I get it.
If you want to
Lovely.
shrink the photo, you need your photo to have more space on the outside, for you to be able to resize it quite properly. So it's
Okay.
about the size of your photo. So maybe like so you can sort of go like that and whatnot. It's not a great example. But anyway, what we might do now, does that answer your question, Helen?
Yes, it does. Thank you so much.
Katie, there's just
Awesome.
a question from Han in the
If we
chat box.
upload the photo and use that for an assessment, do we have to citation and reference for it? Good question. Really good question. If the photo is yours, you do not need to. If the photo has been found from another source, then yes, you do. So for example, if I grab a photo from free, I wonder if this will work, if you can see this. I think that Free Pics is like a Creative Commons place where you find pictures from. I think this is sharing correctly. Let me find a photo. Well, and actually that brings me to something I hadn't mentioned before, is that generative AI now can create photos as well. And we do need to reference that as well. And I'm not even 100% sure if the library has caught up with how to reference. I think they probably have in the SCU guidelines. They probably do have a guideline for how to reference generative AI created pictures. But let's just, I'm just going to click some because that was given as an example here. So let's say I want to use this picture here. I am meant to give attribution for where it came from. So I think if I go, it's been a long time since I've been here. Oh, it's very fancy now. I download it, save it. I'm not going to, but it should give you the attribution link. And it even gives you how to attribute, which is awesome. So you can actually click on that. It opens it up and it will tell you how to attribute, probably the better way to say it, the image there. The library also has guidelines, and I think what it is it's just off the top of my head from APA 7, it's that you need to give the like free pics and then the name of the image and a website link or something like that. But that is how you do it, which is why I always suggest use your own photos, because then you don't have to do any of that extra work. And Canva is amazing because you don't have to do it with Canva images as well. So how you would do it as well as a general respect thing of using someone else's images, you'd have your image here and then you'd put a little text box. Let's go a little subheading text box. That seems a bit big. You'd put your attribution in here. That stresses me out that that's black. I would change it to white so that it is cohesive, and maybe I would align that to the right and have it there, is how I would do that. Hope that makes sense. So we're at 10 past. We might just take no more than 5 minutes, if that's all right. If you want to catch up on things that you felt I was going too fast on, that's time for you. Otherwise, shake your legs, grab a drink, and we'll be back at 1:15. I'll make this screen big and I'll put the timer on for 5 minutes, and I'll mute myself and turn my video off. We'll be back in 5. Thanks, Alison. All right, we're back. So the next thing that we are going to do is play with something that probably won't be used in a poster or an infographic, but I'm hoping that this gives you a really broad sense of how to use all of the possibilities of, well, not all of them, some of the many possibilities that Canva can provide. So I wanted to show you this option here, which is you might want to add a video into your work. Canva has a lot of really amazing videos embedded within it. Not as many in the free version, but there are still some videos embedded. You can upload your own videos. So I'm going to show you now how it can be done really easily. So go to the Elements tab. So I think we're getting a bit of a sense for how that Elements tab works. It's the powerhouse of Canva. And what we want to do is click on videos. So hold on, I'm going to get rid of my Oceans search. Here we go. So down here, there's all sorts of things. So this is where those frames are. I haven't even talked about charts and tables, which are also there. But let's click on videos here. And this here says to search for at art list, which you can do, or you can actually just search for your own style of video that you want if you've got a theme. The thing about this one is that this is where all of the curated videos are. Have I spelled that right? At art list, there we go. And it should come up with a whole bunch of the videos. And I'm hoping lots of them are crowns, which is not great for everyone. Hold on, maybe they're all crowns. Which mean when I say crowns, that's the pro version. Okay, let's get out of that and let's go to, I'm trying to think of an example of a video. I was creating a video the other day actually about dance. So I'm going to type in the word dance. Actually, I had children dancing. And here we go. So what you can do, as the same as with images, is you can just click on it and it will pop the video in the middle of the space. I'm just going to delete that there so that I can show you that you can drag it into this frame that I have popped there. So I've talked about frames and how they work. So we're going to drag it, pop it there, and that pops the video within your section here. And what's cool about this is that the videos, when you're presenting, if you're presenting with this work, are embedded within that. So I'll just show you, I'll just open it up, blah, 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 I'm talking, and I go to my next section and the videos will play automatically for you. You can, however, stop them if you want to, which is just you hover over it and click on it, which is fine. But it creates the little video for you there. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes. I think that seems to be the right amount of time for you to go to the Elements tab, click on videos, perhaps ignore this and just search for your own video because most of you here have the free version. And so just go over here and search for whatever video you like, knowing that you can also upload your own videos in the same way that we just uploaded a photo before as well to use if you wanted to. All right, so 2 minutes. Let's go. Put that into action. how did that go for everyone? Did you find a video and were able to insert it?
Yes, all good.
Excellent. Awesome. All right. So next thing, let's escape out of that so I can. All right. Now I wanted to show you, maybe the videos within Canva aren't what you want to share, but you might want to share a video from YouTube or Vimeo or another online kind of, well, mainly it's just YouTube and Vimeo that work really well. There are a couple of ways that you can do that. I'll be honest, the easiest way that you can do it is you copy the URL link from a YouTube video and paste it into the screen. However, I wanted to show you the way in which you can do it through Canva if you wanted to search in YouTube. So one I will show you and then I'll tell you when I get there. So what you need to do is go to the apps section. So we've been looking just within Canva itself, but there's all these different apps that you can use. So you go to the apps, which is the one that's down the bottom of all of those functions.
Yeah.
And then you want to search the Canva apps. I'm typing in YouTube. Come up. And what you can do is within Canva, you can search for the YouTube video that you would like to insert. One tip I saw the other day, which I actually think I might try using, you'll notice that I've been using the timer function within presenting in Canva, which I find is quite useful when I'm in a presentation. I saw someone, what was it? Relaxing countdown. Hold on. Someone suggested that I try this, which I'm going to search, and it actually gives you a video that you can insert into your presentations. If perhaps there's a time in a presentation that you have to give where you're giving your attendees time to do something, you can find a video. And let's just pick, I'm going to pick this one here, and you can just literally click on it and it will go into the center, which is fine, or you can drag and drop it. I might drag and drop it over here like this so that it's in front of that movie synth place. And then your video is in there. All you need to do is press play. It won't play in this mode because I'm not in presentation mode, whereas the other videos from within Canva itself will actually play. But let me just show you where I go into presentation mode. Here it is, and I can be talking, and then I can pop the timer on. It has music in the background, so I can choose whether to make it quieter. I can pause, I can play, I can forward through my video if I need to. All the functionality of YouTube is there, all embedded within that video. So that is how you enter a YouTube video. Would everyone like to have a chance to practice that? Is that something you'd like to practice? Yes, that sounds good. So you can put whatever sort of video you want. You know, you can search, gosh, I'm trying to think of another thing that you might like to have in there. It could be TED Talks. You might have to add, I don't know, and pop it in. So you can actually search within, SCPA training. I wonder if that will come up. Oh, look, that's me.
That's hilarious. Yes, you'll find a few videos there.
Well, not always. Like, there's some other weird stuff, but there's you can search in there for lots of things. It's maybe not the most accurate of searching tools, but you can do that there. So just to reiterate again before I send you out, go to the apps. I'll shut this down so that it makes sense. You go to the apps and you search YouTube and it will come up here. You just need to click on it and then you can search from within.
Moments later.
Oh, Alison, you're already practicing. Excellent. Go for it.
Yes, I went for the instead of the timer that you showed, I went for the meme of like a few moments later.
Fair enough. Well, what I might do is I'll put this timer on, but I won't do it for 5 minutes. I'll do it for
Excuse me, Katie.
yes.
I don't have any apps in my Canva
Oh,
Just scroll down.
because this is a new computer and yeah, so there's nothing in there. So do I type YouTube and see if it comes up, the app?
yeah, you should have the same as everyone else. Are you on Canva on like Chrome or something like that, or have you
Yeah,
downloaded Canva?
yeah, I'm on so I'll go to the apps and say your apps, no apps currently in use.
You need to type it in. So you
So
type in
I
YouTube and search,
okay,
and it
YouTube,
should bring it up.
relevant YouTube. Oh yes, it did come up. Thank you. I made
And then I
a
think it
mistake.
might actually permanently stay there for a while, but you can always go and search for it
Yeah.
again.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Deepti, could you please explain again how to play a video on Canva? Could you explain what you mean by that? Do you mean like as in when it's in presentation mode or?
Right. Okay, like I understood the part where you drag the video and paste it. So done with that. But like how yours is playing,
Oh,
I didn't get that one.
that's true. So in this section here, we're kind of in the making bit of a presentation. So it's the bit where we're designing the presentation. You need to be, for YouTube videos to work, you need to be in the presentation mode. So how I've been doing that, and I guess I haven't talked to you about how I've been doing that. There's a couple of ways you can do it, which is down the bottom right. This is how I've been doing it because it's fastest. You click this button and it should make the whole thing come up full screen for you, and then you can play that way. The other way you can do it, and it actually might be a good time. I know some of you might be off creating your YouTube video, but I'm just going to show something here that is a new thing that you might want to know about, which is you can go to present up the top here, click the present button, and I'm just going to try and make sure that this all shares with you. There's a couple of different ways that you can present. Just present like this, click present, or you can actually use presenter view, which this is slightly off topic. It's not about creating a poster or an infographic, but it is something that we sometimes have to do is present our work. You can present with presenter view. I'm not sure if this is going to work to show you, but what it does is it actually, let me just click it and see if it works. What can you see? You can see the audience video, which I'm going to drag out of the, I'm not sure if it's going to work. Hold on. Allow. And enter. So then you enter full screen. I'm going to stop sharing so that I can show you the presenter view. It's a bit tricky when you're presenting in Zoom to show everyone the background things. I think, can you see that? I think you should be able to see that. And that is the presenter view. Has that worked? Okay, so that's the presenter view, which actually has a lot of fun options in it. So when I share my screen, I'm obviously sharing the other section where it's just this bit, but I can see all of the things that are coming up, and I can go directly to the one that I'm interested in. I can, if I had my notes typed in here, I could be reading from my notes, which is kind of cool. The thing that I really like, there's two things I really like. if I'm presenting in a physical room, which doesn't happen very often, but if I am, I can actually open this up and use my mobile phone to grab this QR code, and then the how do I say, the controls of my presentation are on my phone. And so I can walk around the room and I can click next and back, and it's kind of like those clickers that you can get. So if you don't have a clicker, you can use your phone. So there's that there. Then the other thing that is kind of cool are these magic shortcuts, which have they popped up for you? There's a whole bunch of different options that you can use. So I'm going to stop sharing and just show you those. This is slightly off topic, but it is a functionality of Canva that I think is really cool. So I'm going to stop my share, go back and share the actual presentation. Share. All right, so hopefully you can see that. I think I've lost you. Hold on. Okay, you can see my presentation now, I think. So what we do here with the magic controls is there are things like blur. Hold on, I need to be clicked onto it. So I just hit the letter B and it blurs out my screen. If I want people to stop looking at my screen and focus on me, I can hit blur. And then I just click it again to make it go away. I can do confetti, which is kind of fun. When maybe if you're working with children, this is perhaps more appropriate, but you know, everyone loves a bit of drama. There's lots of different options there. So you can see that Canva's developed by, they've got a lot of educators on their team. And I said at the beginning that a lot of the things that Canva has developed is to help teachers in the classroom. And so sometimes there's a few fun things. I'm trying to think of what some of the others are. Hold on a minute. I need to find that presenter view. There's bubbles that you can put up. Off again. Or mic drop. So there's all sorts of things. I've got it going crazy. Hold on, let me turn them off. So there's lots of different things you can do in that presentation situation. So I'm just going to stop my share, and while I've been just chatting away, has anyone had a chance to upload a YouTube video, or would you like me to give you some time to do that now?
Yeah, I got one in.
Yeah.
All good?
Yeah.
As well.
So it's just sort of like in YouTube, the share button will give you the
link,
the URL to copy back in. Yeah. And like you just showed, it reminds me of PowerPoint. You sort of have to go into presentation mode to sort of
make it work.
Yeah. People are familiar with PowerPoint as a, yeah, you know what I mean? Going into presentation.
That's right.
To show, yeah, to display.
If you're not presenting live, like I've been talking about, the other way that you can do it is you can download your slides as a video and it will play within that as well. And I'm going to show you how to do all of that downloading, because it's all very well and good for us to create these things, but we need to know how to take these things and then use them elsewhere. So that is something I am getting to. Sure, I will show you that step one more time, not a problem. So we are at, oh, I'm on the wrong page. Let me go. So to insert the YouTube video, you go to the apps tab, which let me close this down here, and you'll need to search for it, YouTube. And here comes all of the ability to find videos in there. And you just need to click on it, drag it across, and it inserts the video. So you can have multiple videos on the one screen. I sometimes do that as well. It's a bit of a scary image. And that's one way that you can do that hand. Otherwise, the other thing you can do is, I certainly can, but perhaps we might just wait until the end because I want to get through a bunch of stuff first. Can I help you with that at the end? You can also just go to YouTube and search for a video. Excuse me. Here's the video that I've found, and then you can either copy and paste the URL up the top. You could go share and copy the thing there and then paste her in. Control V, or you can right click and press paste. And it will pop in, and it says content no longer available, which is super weird. Hold on. I wonder if that's okay. So it doesn't always work. I'd have to go and find another video. I'm not sure why that's not working there. But that's that, and I can help you towards the end as well. So I want to push us along though so that we can get through all of our things. The last one, and this is where this skill will help you if you are creating your own, particularly if you're creating like posters or infographics and things, and you've got a lot of complicated little elements and you want to be able to play around with them properly. So I find that this is really helpful, which is changing the layers. So what I mean by that, well, it'll be self-explanatory when I've got a hidden flower here, and I would like that flower to pop out and have the leaves to be underneath the flower. So I need to change the layers. There's a couple of ways that you can do it, but what we're going to do is click on the leaf here and right click. And what I'm going to do is...
Sorry, Katie, I can't see anything on the screen.
Am I not sharing my screen?
No,
No,
not
we're
sharing it.
I'm so sorry.
So that's okay. And I was just wondering, I better tell you because...
Thank you. I did that in class the other day. That was the most embarrassing thing. I was chatting away for ages and I hadn't shared my screen. So thank you for catching me out.
That's okay.
We'll go back. So I even tried to explain the video thing without showing you before, which would have not made much sense. I'm going to help with the videos at the end if we need. Here's where we are. We're going to change layers. I want to figure out how to move things back and forth. I've got a flower. She's hidden. I want the leaves to go underneath the flower. So I can change sizes. So maybe I want to make them a little smaller. Let's push you off to the side. But I want my flower to pop out the top. It's quite simple. What I'm going to do is, I might even rotate it before just so it sits really nicely for me. And I want to right click, and then I'm going to hover over the layer feature here. And I want to send, what I can do is send it backwards, which is great, or I can send it all the way to the back, depending on how many layers that I have. So that one's sitting really nicely there. And then I might want this one, let's make it maybe a right size. I want it to go all the way behind this one. So that's where I can go layer and send it. I can send it backwards. So it actually goes just behind the flower, or I can send it all the way to the back. And there it is there. So, I mean, it's not that helpful for this flower, but you can see how sometimes you might need to change the layers. The other thing that you can do is open up the layers on your page, which has all of the different layers of this entire page. So, and you can drag and drop the orders this way. Sometimes that's helpful if you're in quite a complicated situation. So you'll see with this one that the circle is behind, it might be a bit small to see, but that white circle is behind the number 1. If I have changed the order here, which I did wrong. Let's move her up. Nearly there. It actually blanks out the number 1. So you can see how sometimes you need to change the layering of things to make it really work for you. So it's quite a fun little thing to know how to do, and that gives you a lot of flexibility. So I'm going to give you I'm just Control Z. I just undid what I did there. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to have a play. My challenge for you is to reveal our flower in a realistic way with changing the layers there. How did everyone go? Were you successful? Excellent. It's a bit of a simple thing, but sometimes if you don't know how to do it, it can be annoying. Awesome. I have one more tip to show you, and then I want to show you how we can manage all of the things by downloading them and where to from here. So this one here, if you were with me last night, we were talking about how to record within PowerPoint. There is very similar capabilities within Canva as well. And I just thought I'm just going to really quickly show you how you can do that. And this is for if you are wanting to create a presentation. And you might have designed your whole presentation in here and you want to record yourself talking and export that as like an MP4 file, or even share it as a link for someone to watch the video of. So I'm going to show you how to do that. We're going to do the same thing that we did just before for the YouTube. So we're going to go on over to the Apps tab, which is clicking on here on the Apps tab, and then we're going to type in the word videos, and it needs to have the S on the end. So videos there, and hit enter. And it will come up with a little app that looks like this. It's like white with a black play button on the middle of it. We're going to click on that, and it has the button record yourself. So I'm going to have a go at doing that here. Before I do, I'm going to turn my camera off in Zoom so that my computer will recognize the camera over here, the camera in this app. So, right, I think this will work. So I'm clicking record myself, and it's asking whether I can give permission to use this, and this is where you get to see my lovely messy background here. I'm going to allow that to happen, and I will allow them to use my microphone. And so it brings us into this little area here, like a recording studio. I'm going to look, I have to look over here. So I've got two screens in front of me, and that's why this is, I look on the side, but I'm going to look at what I'm doing. You would obviously look at the camera of your screen. So there's a couple of different effects and things that you can do. Oh, that's cool that you can retouch your skin. I'm not going to do it, but you know, maybe I need to sometimes, who knows. I can move, because that doesn't make sense that I'm covering up my slides. I can move where I am and whatnot. So anyway, I'm all set up there. It says here that there's a limit to 25 minutes per page. Fair enough. I don't want to talk for 25 minutes on an individual page. And simple as pressing this record button. I'm going to have a go. Hello, this is how you record yourself on Canva. Hello, this is how you record yourself on Canva. And once I feel good about it, I either leave it or I can delete it. So I don't like that. I'm going to delete that. And then I can try again. So what's kind of cool about it is, same with recording in PowerPoint, is you don't have to do a whole 10-minute presentation and then find at 7 minutes you made a mistake and you've got to go in and edit it out. You just do your little snippets on each slide and make sure they're all really good. And then you can export it as a video. I hope that makes sense. I'm kind of zooming through because I know that we're nearly at the end, and that's not what this night was meant to be about. But you can record yourself on Canva. I'll save that one and leave that one there. So I'm just going to click save and exit. And she should just come up. Oh, come on, baby. It should come up there. It usually does. There it is. You can record yourself on Canva. There I am. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn my video back on here so that I can see you. I'm not going to give you a minute to play with that for now, because I just want to show you a few other things while we're on the subject, which is how do we get these things out? And I will show you that now. So what we've got here is a hodgepodge of all different things. But if I want to download this file as something, I need to go up to this share button in the top right corner. This is the important bit that you need once you've finished designing everything. There's a bunch of things that you can do. You can download it. You can create a public view link. Like I've had people, depending on your unit assessor, sometimes unit assessors are happy for you to just share a public link to a presentation. And you can change who can access it if you want. You probably don't want someone else to access it and edit it. But I've had students in the past copy a public view link, which is that, and then you copy it, and only the people with the link can go and see it. But and that can be a good way to share something with someone else. So that's an option, but not all unit assessors will allow that. If you're thinking about doing that for an assignment, you'd have to double check. To be honest, I'm a little conflicted about allowing students to share a public link from Canva, because after they've submitted their assignments, they can go in and change it, and there's a bit of an integrity issue there for me. But it is one option, and sometimes that's allowed. Or if in business, or if you're out in the workforce and you need to share a presentation or share a particular design, that's one quick way that you can do it. However, let's go back to more permanent ways that you can share your design, which is that you can download it, and it comes up with a whole different bunch of options. If you've created a poster and it is just a single sheet, not lots of sheets like this, it will just download as a single sheet. When you've got lots of pages, you need to think about the options that you're going to download it. I can download this as a PDF file, and it will download like a PDF file. The problem with that is that my videos won't be active because it's just a PDF file and you can't play any of the videos. Hyperlinks can be active, which is good. Like if you want to create a document that has hyperlinks in it, they will work, but the videos that you've inserted won't work. So the other option that you can do is export it as a PowerPoint document and it converts into PowerPoint. You can export it as an MP4 video, and that's what you would do if you've recorded yourself over the slides and things like that. You'd export it as a video. The other option you can do is you might just want to export one of these pages, but just as an image. And you do that by selecting JPEG, or if you want a higher quality image, you could select a PNG here. Or you can create your own GIFs if you want to. So there's quite a lot of options that you can download. So let's pretend I'm downloading this one as a JPEG file. I don't know why I've picked that. You can choose the quality of it. The one thing I wanted to show you here is that you could have created lots of different designs, but you only want to use the one design. So you need to go and select the page. You can select a few pages, or you can just select the page that you're on. And then you can hit download, and it will download into wherever your computer saves its downloads, and then you've got what you need. So I hope that shows you how you get your designs from Canva to where you need them. And then obviously sometimes your assignments require you to take those videos and upload them into YouTube or something like that. And that should give you everything that you need, I think. So what I've shared with you tonight is a template so that you can practice a whole bunch of things. Here you are in your template, but if you wanted to go back into your Canva site, all you need to do is click over here, and you can just click on those little hamburger things and you can click Canva, and that will take you back. Saved. Take you back home. Just having a little think. I wonder what's happening here. So this is your homepage. It's always saved here. That's what's great about Canva. As long as you're connected to the internet, your designs are constantly saving, so you don't have to worry about saving your files. You can always go back and find them. I have tried putting things in files because I'm in a major mess with lots of documents. You may not need to do that, but you can definitely star things. You can make copies of them. You can do all sorts of things. So I've only just touched on the tip of the iceberg of what can be done in Canva. And you can see that there's many other things that you can create. We've been working in a presentation, but you can certainly work just in a poster. So you can go over here to the plus button, click create, pop in what you want to create, and choose which size that you want. Let's say I want that one. Opens it up, and you can take all of those skills you've just learnt tonight to create an image here and use. I hope that it's been a speedy tour of Canva, but I hope that I have given you some food for thought. And if anyone has any questions, please feel free. Otherwise, thank you for sticking around for the whole 2 hours and having a play with me tonight.
Thanks so much, Katie. It was awesome. I mean, did someone else have a question for Katie before we finish up?
No, all good. Thank you, Kate, very much for your time.
You're welcome. I know it can be a bit overwhelming. There's a lot of new things, but you can always come back to that template and play in your own time as well and tear it apart and mess it up. It doesn't matter. And then you can always just create something new as well.
Yeah,
Excuse
just
me.
I think it's
Kate,
about getting
Kate.
in there and practicing a lot, hey, and getting familiar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Helen,
Katie,
what
I got a
was
question. Yeah, I was trying to get into go to the app tab and search for videos. So you type videos in the search tab.
and then hit enter. And it's got to have the S on the end of
And
it. That's what I
hang on.
find.
And
Or
hit
search.
enter. And there's no record yourself. There's no record yourself. I can't find it.
Once you hit
Video
enter,
yeah.
let me share my screen one more time.
Yeah, all these come up.
So lots of things come up and you need to select the app itself. So what we're looking for is this app. So it's like lots of little applications that you can embed in, and this one's called videos. So you can click on it.
Okay. Okay.
And once you click on it, then you can click record yourself.
I've clicked on it and it says break. I'll record yourself. Okay, thank you. Sorry about that because I just
It's fine. This is how we
button. Thank you, Katie.
Do you know what else there is that I only discovered today that I have not looked at long enough so I didn't feel confident sharing with you, is that you can actually get an app that has an avatar that will do the talking for you. You just give it a script and it will. So I'm like, oh my goodness, let's just talk ourselves. But there's lots that can be done.
Yes.
In here. You're on mute, Alison. We had to do it one.
Talking away. I was super impressed with your little recording, just showing, what you can do with Canva. It's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. It's my favorite way to work. I know everyone's a bit like locked in on PowerPoint, but I'm like, I think Canva's where it's at.
That's right. And students are probably familiar with my flyers and promotions of workshops. It's all done in Canva.
All done in Canva. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we should be getting some money from them or something. I pay them a lot of money. But I love it. Really enjoy it.
I do too. Took me a while to find where everything is, but once you're working in there like every day or whatever, it becomes very familiar. So yeah,
sure does.
Okay.
Thanks everyone so much. We're at the end now, but there was a question that I'll stick around for to make sure, but perhaps we might stop the recording. Do you think, Alison?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thanks everyone.
Yep. Thank you
we don't have time for that hand to record a few slides, but were you having trouble with